Okay, we're getting close to Camp Lake now, and this is where the reason we're here is to see how we're going to maneuver up this. So that upper ridge up there, that's that table we got to get above. And it seems funny because the ridge runs kind of right above it, so we have to go this way in order to get above it that way because we just can't climb that. So that's why we're headed this way. Look at how uneven this terrain is. It's just up and down. It's from the glaciers, huh?
Yep.
The movement of the glaciers. Very powerful, moving all this earth around.
Yeah, you see these big rocks that got displaced.
Isn't that neat? There's a trail over there, and we think that's where we're headed, is right over that way. So, first little update for our expedition next week. This is going to be outstanding. I mean, wish you guys were here now, to tell you the truth. Plain beautiful. And prepare for a hike, because it's already about 7 miles in.
Yes, exactly.
The good thing is, though, is we're going to be picking up camp, setting up camp, and snoozing a little bit before we climb it the next morning. All right, what we got here is we have 2 trails, one going up the side of that, on the side of this little hill. Then we got this one that goes straight away. We're choosing to take this one because it looks more traveled.
Looks like it to me.
It'll get us up above that snow over there. That's kind of an important thing we're wanting to do. So, let the climb begin. And this little part up here, right where there's snow, it looks like
7.3 miles right now.
7.3 miles, and the climb begins. And we'll be able to know, this is the good thing, is if we get up here and then we see that this would have been the better route, we'll know that for next week. But Chris is right, this does, man, that looks steep, Chris. Okay, here we go. We made it up to the snow, and there's some good steps here. Just, we'll make sure we plant our feet nicely and rotate on up this thing. Switch hands. You want to use your trekking poles and really dig that in and use it for some support right now. But an exciting moment. The snow's soft enough that you can get a pretty good foothold. Keep on moving and get up there. Wow, that was a quick altitude gain. There's the top. That's steep, that's a steep ridge, but it's doable. All right. I'm right behind. We're getting closer to the table, and this is the ridge line right over here that we're trying to attain. You can look up there. It's very steep, but right now we're headed up to this little draw. Maybe this way? That's the top of Middle Sister, and it is a long ways up there, so take a good look at what we got going here, and assess in your mind what you're going to be trying to tackle. Prepare yourself for it. As Chris was saying, we're going to be leaving early in the morning, so if it takes us 6 hours to get up there, that's okay. But when you pack up your backpack next week, be sure to put a little extra try inside of it. Huh? You're going to be needing some of that. This is kind of cool, these little plants and stuff. Bushwhacking. We're right at the base of the table pretty much, and we're thinking maybe that trail that we initially looked at might be the better way to go. Up and around that way. We're going to go down that way to see. Look, that's how far there's the lake down there. We found a good spot for a camp, but if we're going to go that way, that would null and void that camp, huh?
Yep. All
right. The exploratory expedition is reaping rewards, gentlemen and lady, Vivian.
Back to the snow.
Fun. This really epitomizes what we've been in since we left the snow. It's just rocky and loose and steep. Yes, that's the only thing I gotta say at this point. It's rocky, loose, and steep. This is that nub we were shooting for. So we're about to break time, another 100 feet of elevation. Oh, little shade too is nice. I think it will be good for us to start the day early and try to get up this mountain, this mountain done before the heat sets in. Oh, this is gravy train. Woo. Look what we've happened upon. An oasis on the mountain. This is great. When we get up to there, we're going to be just below the summit. We got to meander our way right up here. And then just follow that ridge line, and those little bumps were the places I was talking about where I was concerned we'd be able to make it over or not. That's very close to the top of the mountain. So we're getting there. I think we'll just cut up over this snowfield and up. Snow's nice. Look at this little oasis. There's a little brook. Be almost a nice place to have a camp.
Yeah.
Not that I'd want to lug my tent all the way up here, but man, we're gaining altitude quick.
Yeah, we are. Because I don't know how much further it is back to the summit.
Yeah, it's not very far. Those are those places I was talking about where I was concerned about getting over, and that's right below the summit.
Yeah.
So this push up to where the snow is over there, this is going to be the most difficult part.
Yeah.
And I can't see that it could be any more steep than what we just went up.
I don't know about you, but I'm ready for a break.
Let's take a break. Let's just get the oasis. So we're up off of the snow, and now we're into this really rocky, no real semblance of a trail at all. Lots of little scrub trees, and we're just trying to meander our way up to this area. Right over here is where we're trying to get. It looks like it clears out. So after the snow is a welcome change. A little bit of a scrambling up some rocks. The neat thing about this mountain is there is really no trail. So it's a nice adventure, more so than South Sister. We're getting closer. Okay. We're gonna get up to this little ridge where we get out of these trees, take a little break. This isn't too bad. That's where we left the snowfield, was down there. We've really gained some elevation. We came across this little snowfield here, and now,
I'm sorry. What was that?
oh, I'm just talking about making a video. And right now we're just scrambling up this. No trail, very steep, loose rock. Pick your poison here. That looks a little looser over there. These look more like stair steps. What we got going here. And once we make it to this little Nubbin Peak, it's almost like a, what were those candies that we used to eat? A jujube. Looks like a giant jujube sticking up. We're gonna take our, did you ever eat jujubes, Chris?
Yeah, they take forever to chew.
They should be called choo-choo bees. Give one to a dog and see what happens. In my experience, my young experience of climbing mountains, I always seem to reach a point where it really is gut check time. And this is it. It's very rocky, but that's the top right there. We're so close. The top is just beyond there. And the best thing to do in a situation like that is just take a second and look around and realize where you're at. It seems to help. But this is, I think if we do have a path down the other side, we go down the other side.
I mean, look at it. I agree. I mean, this is going to be sketchy coming down.
Yes, but we made it to the first knob. There's the oasis down there where we were at. And I said there was like, in my mind I counted like 4 or 5 knobs. This was the first one. And then there's one. Once we get up there, we're golden. So you just start knocking them off one by one. Keep your head down.
Watch your footing.
Watch your footing. Good advice. But what it comes down to is, are you going to go to the top or aren't you? And if you are, start walking. No trail whatsoever. Just rocks. Lots of rocks. Here's a real good idea of this little section. It's steep. The dirt and the rocks are loose. Chris is opting to put his poles away and he's gonna scramble up. You can see. Gracious. It is a fun mountain to climb nonetheless. And climbing is the operative word because that's not hiking right now. That's climbing a mountain. I can tell you from experience that the north approach, there's just that one little place where you have to scramble up some rocks. It is much shorter and much easier as far as the trail. than this route. So it's always an option to go back over that way, because this is some scrambling too. I mean, we're just on a rock pile, making our way up. Some neat rocks though, black, like obsidian. Ah, rock dug into my shoe. This has by far been the steepest part. Man almighty. But we're almost there. And it'll be good for us to space, heads up coming down, space out and stagger ourselves when we do come up this, because these rocks are ready to go. Oh, look at that. All right, onward and upward. It's just rocks. And that's steep. Beautiful. There's a little bit of a trail. Yeah. We could have went around, but that's real bouldery and weird, and it looks like this is where the somewhat of a trail is. But it's more climbing right in here. So get prepared for a little bit of scrambling, they call it. I'll wait until you get up here where you're a little bit behind me before I go, so that I don't kick any rocks down on you.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Don't want a boulder avalanche on Chris.
Yeah, that would not be fun.
But this is kind of fun. It added a new wrinkle into it to break the monotony of the rocks. You could go around, but yeah, fun. We're getting closer. That's it right there. Those are right next to the summit. So, man, we're right almost there. And once we hit this ridge beyond the other side of this last little hump, it gets less steep. So we are approaching the finish line, folks. Where's the top? There's the top of north over there. Wow, this. These rocks right up ahead here, these clumps, this one, these are the ones that are going to be the most challenging. So let's go see what it has in store for us. But there it is, the summit is right there. Understand, this is just rocks. Climbing up rock. In a way, it's nice you have handholds, but earlier I was walking and I broke some rocks down that I stepped on, and it was making rocks up above me break free, and it felt like, I was going to be taken down in a bit of a rock tumble. So it does have its dangers to it, but if you don't mind it on your hands and knees, just grabbing a rock and pulling up, it's not too bad. It's very steep, but we're almost to the top. I avoid places like that where it's loose rock. That's more apt to come down. Start a little slide, so stay to the bigger rocks. This is one of the 2 points at the top I was mentioning. I was concerned about how we were going to get through here. It's a little bit of a ways down there. Excuse my walking pole. This is a little bit of a climb, and that's a long ways down right there. I think we gotta go up here. So this is definitely climbing, and that looks pretty gnarly, but there's a lot of places to get handholds. But that was the most dangerous part so far. You can see coming across there. This looks like we can pick and choose our way up, and it just looks like those are all about to just fall down. There's the summit. So close. Here comes Chris. That part that we just went by, definitely the toughest. I mean, you could go down and around, but you're still going to have to climb up this jagged mess. So, he made it. All right. We made it past the rock monstrosities, and I mean, it's just straight up climbing. Look at that. It's kind of fun, huh, Chris?
What's that?
Was that kind of fun, you think?
Huh?
Did you enjoy that?
I thought it was cool, but I'll tell you, if the guys have any sense of vertigo, that's going to be a stretch.
Yeah. I think that the north route, even though they say that it's, we'll go look, but this is much more difficult than the north route.
Yeah.
Besides just about a 50-foot section where you have to climb, but we just climbed up 300 feet of that.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy.
It was fun.
That was. Man, what a view.
Look at that. Oh my gracious. There's the top of Middle Sister. Oh gracious, here we go. Final approach. We'll be there. Can you believe I'm going to climb this thing again next week? Oh my goodness. Down there's Bye Bye Birdie. Ah, this is great. Mountains are such cold, heartless, lifeless things, but just so spectacular. I can't describe it. Alright. So I'm right in the middle of the sketchy part. I want it to go too far to that left. Your left. I would come more right and go down the chute. He's trying that route. You can see it's pretty rocky, but there's a lot of handholds, and you can get down on your butt and scoot. This isn't, because this only lasts for about, I would say, 50 to 100 feet, and then it's smooth sailing all the way back. Whereas the other route, it was pretty rocky the whole way up. But this might be a little more dangerous just because it's slicker. I'll let you guys make the call, but there's a lot of ways up too. But this is a shorter distance. We won't have to make so many miles. How's it looking?
I think it looks sketchy just about everywhere, but we're not too far from being done.
Yeah, we're about done. There's stair steps all the way down for me. I don't like to record too much when I'm in a hairy spot, but see, I can sit down here and be on my butt and get some good footing. And then just kind of lower myself down and get footing as I go down. This is the crux of it right here. If I make it past this rock, I'm home free. So it's not too bad. But it is a little bit more dangerous than the other side. The other side's a lot of rocks, but you got a lot of handholds and whatnot. Still going down. I can see why Tyler didn't want to do this back in the day, because it's pretty hairy. But we made it. We're pretty much down now. So that's what you're looking at. Just climbing up some rocks. Dude, I don't know if going down those other rocks would have been just as bad as this, because those were steep too.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to put my foot there, good rest. I prefer going down this way because it's a lot less. You're going to see that the route home is quick and painless. So, there's Prouty Point. And of course, we got North Sister. Back to this. I can just sit down. Yeah, not too bad at all. Yes. Climbing it would be even easier. So that gives you, I'm going to shut off the tape now. That shows you what we got. That's what we came down. What do you think? Was it more intense than the other way?
No, not necessarily. Different.
Yeah.